Viewers' discretion is advised. Hey Rito,
Yes!
you wanna know what month is?
What?
It's December! You know what else? Wanna know what that means?
I don't know, Keith. What?
Last Jedi! Woo! Ugh. Wanna know what also that means, Rito? That means that it's time to review a holiday special. So let's see what is in store today. Really black screen this film. Okay, the Star Wars Holiday Special Event. I should probably start off by saying the background of this film. It was the year 1978, and everyone was so happy for, the original Star Wars film. Before Disney came out, Fox owned, Star Wars, or Lucasfilm, and they were happy as they could be. So happy that they decided, why not, and create a holiday special. So they went to George Lucas, who directed, A New Hope, and they called him and said, "Do you want to direct this film?" And he's like, "Can't. Writing, the next film, The Empire Strikes Back, can't do that." And they're like, "Alright, let's just film it ourselves. Let's just someone else do it. Let's just create our own holiday special without him." And that was a huge mistake, and that just led to all mishap. And it made it been to the fact that you can't make holidays and Star Wars do not mix. And what you're gonna see in this film is gonna, tell you exactly why and how this film does not work with holidays. So let's just get started with the film. So after the end credits, what am I saying? After the opening credits, after that's done, you see the main characters themselves. Marla, who is Chewbacca's wife. Itchy, who is Chewbacca's grandfather, or Chewbacca's father, I should say, but he's the grandfather of Chewbacca's son, Lumpy. And I'm hopefully getting these names right, because they're really, A, they're really stupid to memorize, and B, I don't care. So the names are names. And the thing is with this film that for the majority of the film, like I said, there's only those three characters communicating. And Wookiees don't speak English. They're usually listening to them moaning and groaning and whatnot, and it's really annoying. So basically, for the time that you're watching this film, you just have no idea what they're saying, and then, they just, you can sort of guess what they're saying, because you don't really have, a person really communicating with them, saying, "Oh yeah, that's something that, we should do," or basically repeating what they're saying, because we can't understand it. And that's why when you see Han and Chewie in the film, you understand what Chewbacca's saying, because Han is basically repeating it, so we know what he's saying. But in what they're doing, they realize, that Chewbacca is missing, so they basically, to cheer up, little old Lumpy there, Chewbacca's son, they're like, "Let's just calm down, let's just distract him with, this performance act that is a hologram." And my god, I honestly thought when I saw this the first time, they would have just shown a little bit of it, but no, they showed the whole damn thing with the songs and everything. This is some circus act shit. I don't understand why it's in here. This is the first filler sequence that you're gonna see that in this film many more times. That's what they have to do to make the hour now 2 hours. They have to add this filler. So after the whole transaction that's happening, you have, you see Marla trying to communicate with other people. You see her dialing that saying, it's like, "No traffic control, blah blah blah." So after they somehow communicate or get to Luke, they explain to him that Chewbacca's not there. So Luke gets all worried and he's like, "Oh my god, what's happening to them?" But then he realizes, hey, they're gonna come back eventually. So he just tells them, "Don't worry, they're fine. They could be a pit stop. They could be stopped by an asteroid storm. There's so many things that could happen." And while they're talking to Luke, R2-D2 is in there, and he's just Luke's trying to fix a ship, I should say, and R2-D2 just blows something up, and it just gets all smoky. And you see Luke getting engulfed in flames. So that's what that whole sequence was, of just him explaining to them everything's fine and all, and everything's cool, he's worried as well. But then he's like, they left on schedule and all that, but then they should be back, but then they may have gotten in trouble. But then he looks on the brighter side, or the light side, get it, because he's a Jedi. You're looking on the light side, and he's like, hey, they could be somewhere else. They could be, stuck up in traffic. I don't know, space traffic. And he kind of tells Marla to get a smile on. It seems kind of creepy, because he's like, come on, give me a smile. Come on, give me that smile. Come on.
Don't look so worried. Now, Chewie's not going to want to come home to a house full of long faces, is he? Come on, Marla, let's see a little smile. Come on. There, that's better. Try to enjoy your life day. I gotta get back to this engine. I think we might have it solved.
It seems creepy. But, these characters aren't that developed, so I guess... What if Fox was trying to make Luke, like, a pedophile, but that completely went the wrong direction? Just that one awkward scene. Well, that's the last we're gonna see of Luke until, like, the end of the film. Alright, so next, after Marla contacts Luke, she now contacts, a store manager guy, who, to be honest, I don't know his name, because they didn't say it, alright? I'm gonna call him the old guy, and basically this old guy, he's talking with, an Imperial troop, and he's, to be honest, the Imperial troop sounds like a pervert. Like, he just sounds so, just weird, and he just sounds so perverty. Like, just listen to this.
No, I'm off duty.
You hear a perverty? He sounds, basically, he's looking around his shop trying to get something, he's off duty, and he's just looking at stuff, and he's, like, looking at stuff, finally buys, like, a hair trimmer thingy. I don't know why, but while he's there, he gets the contact from Marla, and basically, the guy has to do, like, this code stuff. Basically, be like, oh yeah, this draggy carpet that you ordered is going to be there soon. He's just 4 plants away, and it's really handmade. It's really it's made by a hand. Solo, wink wink. Should be there soon at your place. We actually basically had to say that while the Imperial Guard was there, because he doesn't want the Imperial Guard knowing that he's friends with rebellion people, because Han helped blow up the Death Star and everyone's pissed. So he's like, we need him dead. So that's why they just don't want him knowing that they're associated with him. And I think that scene is pretty, cool. But again, it's sort of shadowed in by everything else this film has to offer, so it's not worth seeing unless you're skipping that in particular scene, because I think that scene is actually pretty cool to watch. They kind of adding jokes, but the jokes aren't that cleverly made. But you should watch it, just that in particular scene, or a few more that I may go over. Alright. Now this scene is very brief, and this is the brief intermission we have with Darth Vader, and this is all there is to it. This is all as Darth Vader you're gonna get in this film. Basically, he tells an officer, look in every household to find these rebels. That's all that scene is. Just want to add this in this video because that's all there is of Darth Vader. It just explains how lazy they are of getting, the voice actor and the actor again, the Darth Vader suit, to be actually in this. That's how lazy they are. Again, I just wanted to add that scene in because that just shows how much Darth Vader's in this film. He's in there for about 5 to 10 seconds. That's it. That's how lazy, that's how, stupid it is. And this scene that you're seeing is a reused clip from A New Hope, which was the lead scene. So again, they didn't use this from scratch. They just got from A New Hope. That's how lazy they are at using these clips. They just reusing them. So that's, just want to add this scene in. Basically, the next scene is when the Wookiees are all, they're all worried about Chewie, then they get a message, like a broadcast system on the TV, and it's an pillar officer. He's like, whole planet's on a blockade, you can't leave the planet, no one can leave or exit the planet, we're all stuck here, and all troops are gonna look into every house, we're gonna see if you're friends with any rebels or whatever, have anything rebel related. So all the Wookiees are freaking out, they're like, oh my god, and they get a knock on the door, and that's just a great coincidence. Because when, they think it's the Empire, but then they listen very carefully, see if it is, and it's like, no, it's Thorax, and I finally got his name. It's Thorax. I think I'm pronouncing that right. But he's there, and he's there to fix something, but before he fixes whatever he's fixing, he has gifts for everyone. And the most weirdest gift I've ever seen is for Ikshi, the Chewie's father. And all I can explain to it, well, in the thing he says it's wow, and that basically means it's like a porno. They're showing a porno in a Star Wars film. Why? That is weird. and it drags on. Like, this is one of the filler moments that there are that just drags on for like minutes on end. It's so weird. It's so creepy. You see him as well. Like, it goes back to the reality thing. You just see him like going like whoa, 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 whoa with his mouth like oh, whoa, whoa. It's so creepy. It's weird. In some point of view, I can see it's just gonna be funny, but if you take it out of context, it's a porno. That's basically what it is. So the first time in the film, we get to see Princess Leia and C-3PO, and you get to see Princess Leia doing her taxes. I don't know why, but I just imagine she's doing her taxes while C-3PO is trying to like get in contact with Marla, and it's like they finally get to her, and C-3PO is like, why can't I say his name? C-3PO saying like, get up, stop doing your taxes, get up, stop doing those taxes, get up, we're online, get up. She's like, hello there, I can't communicate with you. Where's Han or Chewie? And she's like, of course, Marley can't speak. She can't really speak. So all you see is like, rah, rah, rah. Finally, we have someone that can actually translate what they're saying, so we can actually understand. So we see C-3PO saying that they're not there, and Princess Leia's like, there's someone there with you. So they get Zorax, and he's like, I'm good. I'm friends with the Rebellion. She's like, oh, cool. You got this. Good luck. Hopefully they'll come back. And basically, throughout the whole, of duration of this time now, you see Han and Chewie basically on the Falcon doing what they're doing, but they somehow figure out a way to avoid the getting shot in space. I don't know why. They just sort of immediately say, oh yeah, we're good. We're at the planet, we're good. And they finally get down, but there's a blockade. So they have to avoid the blockade. Now, I don't know how this works, because I thought the blockade is for the whole planet, yet they can sort of get in the planet on the north end. To sort of go in the planet, and you sort of hear, a rumble in the house. And they all get excited, because, they just assume automatically that it's Chewie and Han. So they get all excited, and they open the front door, and they just see stormtroopers. Like, oh my god, that was a surprise I didn't see coming. That. Honestly, to be honest, that's sort of the most BS thing I've ever seen. You just hear a ship flying by and they all get excited. And Zorax like, that must be Chewbacca. So they all run towards the door. And they open the door and there are stormtroopers. Wow. What a scene. Just kidding. That isn't that good. And moving on. So the Empire finally goes into to their house. And they start interrogating him. And they want Zorax's identification card, because the Empire loves identification cards. They basically in this whole entire thing, is just trying to woo them over so they don't kill them all. But in this special, they're not going to kill them because since it's a low budget, they don't have the animation to use blaster ammo. So they just point guns at everyone. They just point the guns, and it's just really weird because they can't do anything with it. It's just a plastic toy gun that doesn't do anything. This is a model, but it's just funny you see stormtroopers pointing it around. So, one of the Imperial Guards that come in with the stormtroopers, they get they sort of, you see this little box that Zorax gave to Marla as a gift, and he basically wants the gift, but Zorax is basically gonna open it for him, but he gets a gun pointed at his head, or the blaster, and it's just funny because he's trying to open something or get it to work, but someone's just pointing something at him. He's just pointing the blaster at him. So he finally opens it, and here comes another filler moment with the band playing that goes on for several minutes. So it's just supposed to fill the movie, and then after that's over, he realizes that he's like, oh yeah, you enjoy that? Good for you. And, then he goes over, and he's like, I don't care, let's just invade the house, so they do that. Then all the Wookiees are, so scared. And this one in particular line, I really enjoy. One of the guards just points at me, and screams at him to get to the upper floor.
You take the upper area.
I had no reason whatsoever. He just does it. He just says it, and it's just, I guess it's okay. Okay, I guess just scream at your stormtroopers. I mean, and literally 5 seconds later, he tells Marla, the troops can get angry, and sometimes I can't do anything about it. But you're making them mad because you're screaming at them to do a simple task that you didn't order them to do yet. So, they go up to the room, but to calm down, the little Wookiee, he watches something, and that thing is the cartoon that is in this film that introduces Boba Fett. And I'm honestly not going to bother with it because it has nothing to do with the actual story itself with the film. It basically just it's basically just a random cartoon. Like, you know how like in movies there's like a cartoon before the movie starts, but in this situation they play the cartoon in the middle of the movie, so you're forced to watch it. That's what they basically do. They have a cartoon. I'm not allowed to show any clips because that's copyrighted. But I'm not. It doesn't matter because I'm not even gonna bother looking at. I'm not even gonna bother touching it. Just you can watch it in your own time. But it's just a separate cartoon that's kind. Like you watch a little bit. It's like bad. So watch it at your own risk, okay? During the Empire or the Stormtroopers raiding everything, they just destroy the kids' room here. They just completely abolish everything. They just do not care. They even make it worse by saying to him to just clean up his room. So, and it's just, they just destroyed everything, and for no reason whatsoever. Even stuff that isn't even like that can hold anything that will be valuable, they just destroy. So he goes up to his room, Lumpy or whatever. Yeah, Lumpy. Let's say Lumpy, and he's just cleaning everything up, and he sees one of the gifts that Zorax gave him is broken. So he's like, he needs to fix this. So he goes over, turns on the TV, and he watches this really long video, which is another filler moment. Basically, this filler moment is when this guy, who's like this robot guy or whatever, he's like I don't know, because he's a human, but he's acting like a robot where he's like glitching out. It's really weird, but it's another filler moment that means nothing. So honestly, for these filler moments, you can just skip them, because that's what I do, and you won't miss anything out, and that's fine. That actually means nothing to the story. So, yeah. So what plays through is another filler moment, but it's basically for the Empire to just watch Tatooine live, I guess, something that they just watch, and this actually is like the longest filler moment, because this just goes on forever. Like, there's a thing, like this person sings in this, like, it's really weird. It's really long and boring. You just skip over it or watch. I don't care. But after that, they sort of get a message in his walkie-talkie that he just randomly pulls out to go back to your base. Except for one stormtrooper, because they need one person, because they need to find Chewbacca, they need to find him. But when a stormtrooper does go upstairs, because he hears something, and what he hears is a message to go back to the base. Because Lumpy, the thing that he was fixing beforehand, was actually a thing that actually helps, that actually told troopers to leave the base. But he wasn't that smart enough, because the stormtrooper, he saw, and he's like, he basically picked up the machine that Lumpy was holding and just smashes it on the ground. Just smashed it from his eyes. And it's just like, holy crap, holy shit, he just destroyed everything from his eyes. Like, I mean, it was, like, he could have just killed him with that thing, but I guess no, he just had to smash on the ground. So then basically he's just running out, Lumpy's just running out, and he's being chased by a stormtrooper. While Lumpy's being chased, he's on the front porch, and you see Chewbacca. He's home. And you notice that he's not using his blaster because there's not enough money to afford blaster animation, so he's just barehandedly fighting him, I guess. But as he's like Chewbacca's a distraction here because Han's like coming up behind the stormtrooper, and the weirdest face comes out of Lumpy out of all the movie. It's just this weirdest face, and you may see in other videos reviews of the thumbnails looking at his face. That's basically what the face is. And what Han does is that he grabs him and literally throws his blaster away. Then they're fist fighting, and Han sees his blaster and he tries to go for it, but then the stormtrooper goes for it, and Han trips the guy, and it just falls off the ledge. My god, he could have just blasted him, but nope, had to throw him off a ledge. And he does the Wilhelm scream. That scream. But I use in some of my videos the Scream. It got popular because of Star Wars. That's why they use the Scream. That's where it came from. Or how it got popularized in other pop culture stuff. So basically, Han and Chewie go in. They get welcomed. And it's weird because since Chewbacca can't speak, Han has to speak. And he's basically like, you're my family, guys. I love you and all that. Well, he doesn't say I love you, but it's like, I really care about you guys. And it's like, shouldn't Chewbacca say this? And like, oh, wait. He can't. And all Han does to Chewie is like, just watch, make sure no one else is coming. Just make sure everything's fine. I gotta get back to Millennium Falcon. You just make sure no one stumbles upon it. So you need Chewbacca. You need to just go out there, make sure no one is gonna get it.
Chewie, check and see if the coast is clear, will you?
I say what you're about to say, but can't. And that's what he basically says. And he's like, I need to go. I mean, that's all we're gonna get of him. I mean, Han Solo, you get a lot of Han Solo in this film because, he's next to Chewie. So, you gotta get all that Wookiee stuff, but Han has to be there, and that's what I like. Since Han Solo's my favorite character, so I don't care. He's there, just talking away, and I don't care, I don't mind. That's actually the best part of the film right there, just hearing Han Solo talk, hearing Harrison Ford talk. I don't care what he says, I just enjoy him speaking. It was sad when he had to go. But after he went, Chewbacca reunited with his family, but there's a problem. Because they get a knock on the door again. And they do another fake out. Because it's Zorax again. It's Chewbacca just has his blaster out. And he's like, oh, it's just me, Zorax. That's how you welcome people. But a problem occurs again. When there's a message. Because there's a fake out. Because remember how Lumpy was doing that, was telling everyone to get back to the base with his machine. It was a fake transmission for everyone to go back to base, but it wasn't. Well, the Empire doesn't know that. So there's a guard who's on the teleprompter who's he's messaging, he's telling people, he was trying to get someone they're still supposed to be there, but they're not. I know this sounds confusing, but you see the guy, he's like, where are you? I can't connect to you. So Zorax has to, bluff his way out of this conversation. And that's what he always does in this whole entire film, is just bluff. All he does is bluff. He must have got a script and he's like, wow, I do a lot of bluffing. That's what he does. He's a bluffing guy. He just loves to bluff. Bluff, 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 bluff. He just bluffs his way out. He just talks, lies, in order to save everyone. That's what he does the whole movie. Alright, this is the big finale, guys. Alright, this is a big ass finale, alright? You're gonna hear it. Alright, so, first of all, Zorax leaves because he realizes that life days for the Wookiees, so he just leaves them be. So then, basically what happens, how they celebrate, is that they grab these orbs, and they get beamed up. They basically say, beam me up, Scotty, and they get beamed up. That's basically what happens. And then they get beamed up into space, where they walk on space into a bright light. Now I'm thinking that Star Wars is giving out a message here that this is what death is. You get beamed up into space. Then you walk across space into the bright light, which leads you into a room full of Wookiees, and C-3PO and R2-D2. Why are they there? And you can hear in their voices, you can hear C-3PO's voice that he's not interested in what he's saying. He's just I wish you could be like you where we're alive and, not mechanical, so we can feel what you are feeling. Then, basically, after that, Chewbacca gets greeted by Han, Leia, and Luke. And I don't know why Luke's in his default clothing. I don't understand why. It could have been his pilot suit that he was in earlier. And just to let you know, where the hell was Luke the whole entire time this was happening here? Was he really fixing his ship the whole entire time? He just came out of nowhere. This is like a surprise attack. And Han just gives out a bullshit, sense that means nothing. I'm gonna play. I can't repeat. I can't do his tone of voice of the laziness that he has to force it into. He has to force this line out of his mouth. Just listen to it.
All of you are an important part of my life, pal. I'm glad I could be here.
You listen to it. It sucks, I know, but it had to happen. Then basically after that, Leia sings the song, and to be honest, I really do not care. I actually like the song. I mean, the song's pretty good, actually. I mean, it's weird to hear a song, a verbal song in Star Wars, but for Carrie Fisher, who is now passed away, it's kind of, a different point, cause, it's she's gone now, and it's this is her last breath. You never knew about that she could sing, and you could hear her sing, and it's emotional. If you were attached by her. So it's kind of an emotional point now. Back then, in 1978, I could probably realize you just wanted her to shut up, but nowadays it's you want her to sing, and she did sing. I never heard her sing, but it's cool. And basically after that, it's the ending credits where, they're all on the table sitting and having a laugh, because why not? And that's basically the Star Wars Holiday Special event. Wow. This is a good, this reviewing this movie, my god. But, since it's the holidays, had to be done. But just to let you know, nowadays, movies that are based off of, or holiday specials that are based off of movies, they're all, half hours. If you look at the Madagascar holiday special, Kung Fu Panda, there's the Monsters vs. Aliens Halloween special, I think in Coco, there's like a 21-minute Frozen special that premieres before Coco. Those are all half hour or shorter like that, because they realize that if they would make it a full-length film, it'll be a lot of boringness. And this holiday special, the Star Wars one, is a good example of what not to do in a holiday special. Because this is basically what people use, I guess, to make their holiday films better. And I thank you, God. I thank you, Jesus Christ, for making other movie directors realize that their holiday films could be better. And I thank you for sitting here and watching me talk about the holiday event, because, I really kind of enjoy this film. If you're a diehard Star Wars fan, you might enjoy this film, because even though there is a lot of filler, it still is like an extra film to watch. Like if you want more of what the original cast looked like in their youngful days, and just think about how ridiculous this is. A lot of people hate the prequels, and I don't know why, because they should be really hating on this holiday event, because this is actually what people should hate on. But I think what's happening is that too many people just cannot hate the film, because it's just so hateable that it's just a common thing, so no one's going to hate on it. It's just a default thing. So I guess that's why people hate the prequels. If what I said made sense, okay. But I think that people should drive their hate towards this film, because this film does really stink to a point where it's a holiday special, but it's not really. It's just this dragged out money grab that they did. So hopefully you stuck through the whole entire thing, because not a lot of people know about this special holiday event, but now that you watched it, or I was talking about it, maybe you'll have maybe if you want to actually watch the whole video yourself, you can, it's down in the description below if you want to see it yourself. The whole movie there, the whole thing. I swear to God, the whole thing's there. That's how I watched it, because my mom watched it on TV, and she couldn't skip it with the power that she could have, so I was able to skip it. So I'm giving you the power to watch it on YouTube, so you can skip it as well, so you can do that. Anyways, if you guys have enjoyed this video, why don't you like, subscribe, and share with all your friends. I'm Keith, and I'll see you later, everyone. Goodbye!